ESPN is part of the college basketball package, and it's also a pleasure to be part of a story that perhaps is bigger than this game and this tournament, and that is the return of my colleague, Jim Valvano.
It's not that big, but let me tell you something, Jim. There's nobody happier than this guy in this building tonight. It's great just to be here and to say it's time to play some hoops.
Hoops indeed, and here's what we've got tonight. A couple of clubs with some similarities. Over 20 wins last year. They lost in the NCAA tournament to some, big teams, and they got some veterans coming back, but even though they've got some similarities, Jim, they do things differently.
The difference is what makes this game real interesting for Iowa State. For them to win, they've got to use their speed. They've got to use their quickness. They got a lot of quick cuts, and then they've got to do something else, and that is they got to stick the jump shot, and they got a guy who can really do it. Let me tell you something.
What's his name?
His name is, don't call me Julius, Dr. U, right? Yulu, Julius Mikalik. Now, he can do that inside, right? He can go to the hole, but what Florida State's got to watch, Jim, is his ability to hit the downtown jumper, because he's got good stats, but he really can stick it downtown.
As for Florida State, they've got some injury problems. We talked about Charlie Ward. Of course, he won't be here till the football season is over, but they are pretty solid up front.
Well, they're going to go to their strength, and that is their size and Dobard, and certainly Douglas Edwards and Reed. But Edwards might be one of the top 10 players in the country. So you're going to see Florida State pound it inside, right? They're going to get it around the iron. Hey, this kid can really play. And down low on the blocks, he can both get offensive rebounds, but he also can score. When he does get the rock, Bobby Serra dishes off to him, and Edwards knows how to finish.
It should be an up-and-down game here in Tallahassee, and we'll have the tip-off in a moment. In the middle, he anchors this Iowa State team. Hoiberg, Eaton, Bayless, and Thigpen, and coached by the veteran. Here's Johnny.
He wished it was where they say, here's Johnny and Ames, because on the road, they've struggled an awful lot.
Well, Florida State is awfully tough at home, and sophomore Bob Serra anchors their lineup. Cassell, Reed, Dobard, and Edwards rounded out for your man, Pat Kennedy.
Joseph Patrick Kennedy, right? Whenever he wins, I say he learned everything in the world from me. When he goes down to an L, I never heard of him.
While we're on the subject, it's Jim Valvano night here in Tallahassee, and how about some keys to this game?
Oh, I'll tell you something. The Pitt fans really have been great. But the keys to today's basketball game really is going to be, can Iowa State beat Florida State down the court in transition? And then what do you feed him, Mikalik? You feed him jump shots, steady diet downtown. As we mentioned, Florida State's going inside, on the glass. We'll see which style is going to be prevalent tonight.
All right.
But it's great. It's hoops again. I can't tell you how happy I am.
I'd have never known. And Florida State comes up with the opening tip. They spot up Serra. Misses on the three, and there's that work up front. Score the goal, and a foul. Edwards on the basket.
They certainly listened to our pregame show, there's no question. But that's exactly what Florida State was working on yesterday. It's what they're trying to do, is shoot it and go get it. And they need Edwards to have a big game, and certainly he responded there, Jim.
Edwards, who missed their victory over Siena in the first game. He was ineligible for a game. He had missed a test last spring.
Spring?
Yeah, you miss a test, you miss a game, right?
That's it.
Florida State forcing a turnover.
Very uncharacteristic. Iowa State has a senior backcourt, right, in Bayless and Thigpen, and Florida State went after with pressure and got a turnover early.
Castle with a spin move, and at the foul line. Tip won't go, but another offensive rebound. It's Reed.
Right now, Big is winning the game. There's no question going inside, and they're getting it done.
Now they work it against the press. There's the big man, Mikalik. Dobard the rebound. Edwards, the ball loose, but a pickup by Dobard. Edwards looking for Reed. Running him was Mikalik. Serra missing on the three, and a foul called against the Seminoles.
And Rondre Reed, big Andre Shaker, said, yeah, I got him. He was blocked out that time and did the old lazy move, the slack. You got to move your feet. You want to go for offensive rebound.
Iowa State has had some early problems against this pressure. 18:55 left in the half. They handle it this time. Thigpen splits the double team. Eaton. Big Pen for 3. Oh, yeah, flat shot.
Not shooting well at all. This is really surprising with a veteran club that Iowa State has to come out and play so poorly early.
Sura covered up that time. A quick punch into Edwards.
Wow.
He hasn't missed a beat.
Wow, you got to double down on him. When he gets the ball down low, you have to make that decision. You're going to have to double down, let him kick it out, and see whether Florida State can hit the outside shot.
Florida State with that half-court trap, and Thigpen has to burn a timeout. No, he didn't get it called. A 5-second call, or did get it called. Which is it? He got it called. It's all Florida.
Well, all you got to do is, you don't have to coach them anymore, you know. You just say something, you never been to practice, nothing. You just say something. That's a hell of a thing.
Hey, there's no question. It's a lot easier where we are.
Yeah.
But if his club keeps playing like that, Johnny might want to sit next to me for the second half the way it's going.
They're looking for their first score with 18:15 remaining in the half.
After a timeout, Jim, a lot of times you'll see a set play. You go to something you really want. Let's take a look and see if the Cyclones have something set up.
Hoiberg exchanging out front. Now it's Bayless. Eaton gets him on the board.
Coaches like that. He's called a set play, run it through, and you get the jumper you want. You got 2 points. They'll settle down. They're too veteran a team not to settle down.
Florida State throwing over the press. It's a 3 for Sura.
Bobby Sura, Pat Kennedy says, might be his best player right now.
Hoiberg, the other sophomore the other way, is rejected at the glass, and Sura coming back with it. Cassell. To the hoop is Edwards. Doug Edwards with 7 of their 12. Bayless for 3. Sura the rebound.
One shot by Iowa State, and that's it. And here they come. Edwards.
And it tipped away by Bayless. He makes the steal. Mikulik has good ball handling skills for a big man. Now Bayless on the spin.
Oh, nice move.
The foul is whistled against Edwards.
You know what's really interesting, Jim, about this Florida State team? What they're doing right now, and they're doing it without 2 key performers. You know, and Charlie Ward, who's basically got his hands and his helmet still on, obviously the quarterback of Bobby Bowden's, you know, great football team, and poor Chuck Graham, who tore up his knee. And that gives them diversity. They're up 12-2 now. This would be the kind of time where Pat Kennedy where he could go to sub. The kid like Graham, who gave him great speed and quickness, and Ward, great speed and quickness. Look how tough, and they're going to be. When Ward comes back, they're going to be even better basketball team.
Bayless with the 2 free throws. It's an 8-point lead for Florida State. Against the Iowa State press, the Seminoles beat it. Cassell off the drive. And a blocking foul is the call. Whoa! One way and one the other.
It was a committee decision that time, right? The ref on the outside was ready to call. He was either calling offsides or taking the jam off it. Right, but then the guy underneath. Let's see. Is the position made? Ooh.
We're like the refs.
Here.
One of us called it one way and one the other.
I usually go with the home team.
Florida State forcing another Cyclone turnover. Oh, Cassell with a nice move.
Look at
another offensive rebound. Reed will go to the line to shoot 2.
Too strong right now on the glass. Too strong. What Iowa State has to do, if you're going to get down, if you're going to get down early. Get down early and have enough time to come back. And, you know, as well as Florida State is playing, big guys do tire in this kind of a pace. So really, when the substitutions come, when Pat Kennedy's going to bring in probably like Lorenzo Hand, when he goes to the bench, we'll see whether Iowa State can make a run and get back in this thing.
And you bring up Lorenzo Hands, even with Graham out and without Ward here, because of Hands and his play that was pretty good the other night, he can still go 3 guards if he wants.
And we got some great names in this game. Justice, Big Pin,
yes,
Lorenzo Hands for a basketball player, not to mention
Dr.
Yeah, that's right. Don't call me Julius.
Julius Mikulik. Off the drive, Hoiberg. He gets it.
Rookie of the year or freshman of the year in the Big 8 Conference, Hoiberg. Say that 3 times fast, Jim.
No, I can't.
Oh,
the other.
Reed. Oh,
Andre Reed.
Great transition basketball by the Seminoles.
Bayless driving past Reed, scores the basket and draws the foul. That could be a big play here for Iowa State.
Iowa State needs its guards to really step up. And when you're a veteran team, your guards should control the action. And Dixon and Bayless, hey, these two guys scored 62 points in their last game last year against University of Kentucky, so you know they can do it. Let's see if they press again. The press has not been successful, Iowa State. Pat Kennedy puts Sura downtown, which means you got a chance for a three-point shot. If you break the press, the chance for a three-pointer or a drive to the basket is very strong.
Florida State's been able to throw over it so far.
Iowa State says, let's call it off.
Cassell being guarded by Bayless.
Going to go inside. Going to go screen across, look for inside.
Sura against Thigpen.
There it is. Don't bring it outside, though, Douglas.
Edwards. Eaton has him. 22 seconds to shoot.
Good patience. Good patience.
Now it's Sura.
Oh, nice.
Off the lead.
Great up and under move. Great head fake.
Seminoles open up a 17-9 lead. Iowa State out on the perimeter, and they're good shooters from there. And Thigpen missed.
What did you say?
He missed the world. Sura coming back.
Oh, nice pass. Douglas.
To Dobard.
Edwards is tired, though. Got to get him out. Needs the blow. There's no question. Here's where the substitution and the pattern substitution means so much.
We need to mention Edwards missed the game, but he's missed all of practice with an injury. So he missed the 2 weeks of practice.
Get tired. He wants a lob. Edwards wants a lob.
Cassell wants the three.
Not a bad decision. Might want a timeout, Coach Orr. Might want to talk about this.
He's taken one. 14:52 left.
This transition off the miss. Bobby Sura doing a great job leading the break. No look pass. Oh, Edwards bounce pass. I could have made that one. Maybe not like that, but great transition. You got to get back defensively, especially when you're going to launch the outside shot.
Rodney Dobard with that dunk. He was 1 for 6 in their win over Siena the other day. But as long as he has high percentage shots like that, his shooting percentage will go up. Look at the fast break points. Seminoles 8-3.
And remember, too, Mikalik has only gotten one outside shot. That was just the first shot of the game, and has gotten nothing since.
Byron Wells has come in for Florida State.
Oh, great trap.
Here's Bayless. Hoiberg with 30 on the shot clock.
That's where he likes to launch it from.
And they come out to guard him.
Good job.
They understand the scouting report. Mikalik can take it to the hoop, too. Tip is missed, and Sura another rebound.
Good drive, couldn't finish it.
Sam Cassell, pass into the corner, knocked out of bounds by Iowa State. Here's the ball knocked away by Thigpen, almost out of bounds. It is out of bounds. It belongs to the Cyclones. Against the press.
I was going to say, Jim, you can continue to press if you don't give up any easy baskets, and that's what Florida State, they continue to press because Iowa State is not converted.
Another quick shot by the Seminoles went behind the backboard.
No, that's impossible.
Had to be blocked, but they get the knock away at the other end. Right back the other way, Dobard ahead of the pack. Oh, that shooting percentage is going to climb in a hurry.
Nice steal. Here they go.
Dobard at the other end.
Cassell.
Sura for three. And on the rebound, a foul called against Florida State.
Tomahawk chop would have been coming out for that one if they hit the three here. Okay, what we're going to see here is Coach Kennedy's shotgun offense. There it is. Wells, there it is. He's in a shotgun. He went on two.
Post pattern.
Down and out. Bingo. They learn a little bit from each other. I mean, the football team's averaging about 70 points a game right now.
Exactly. Lauren Meyer has come on for Iowa State, number 41.
You can keep pressing. You're not going to get any shots. Oh, my goodness. There's a steal.
Another steal, and it's served back to Cassell.
There's one more steal. Another timeout.
And Sura will finish.
Another timeout.
Johnny Orr said today he liked it loud. Well, it's loud in Tallahassee.
6:44 with 14:40 left in the second half, and also Arizona State taking on the Melbourne team. 43-42, a one-point game. Let's get back to Tallahassee,
where the Seminoles have had the press on, and how.
Well, the pressure that they're exerting is excellent, but by the same token, Iowa State continues to throw the ball that same spot, and they get trapped in the corner. And look at this, Bobby, sir. Oh, how sweet it is. And I mentioned before, he's from Wilkes-Barre, Pennsylvania. Pat Kennedy likes him because not only is he from Wilkes-Barre, Pat Kennedy went to school at King's College in Wilkes-Barre. But he has really been a tremendous surprise, and he's playing great. But here's the press again. You got to get the ball to the middle of the floor, the middle, and then pass. Here, look at the middle. All right, at least they gave the look, which made Florida State at least retreat.
Thigpen, Hoiberg, Bayless. And the Cyclones turn it over again. Here's Wells. Sura walked with it.
Everybody's getting steals. You're looking at Wells. He had a one-man press, and he got a steal.
Lorenzo Hands, number 11, coming in for Florida State. And checking out of the lineup is Derek Carroll.
And their defense is only going to get better when everybody gets together. Let's see again. Nobody's in the middle. They don't have anybody in the middle of the floor.
Nikolic, Hoiberg. Bayless almost lost it. Hands with quick hands. Meyer pressured by Wells. Nikolic, good feed. And Hoiberg going to the hoop.
It's been a while since the Cyclones had a hoop.
And down 17. That's the bad news for Iowa State. The good news is there's a lot of time left in this game.
Got away with a travel, but then they turnover. See, here's a situation where Florida State wasn't quite sure what they wanted to do. Their game plan was go inside. They had all the big guys sitting next to Pat Kennedy. And, you know, so you saw an unsure offense. That set. They weren't sure what they were trying to do.
Now they've got a big guy back in there. Andre Reed comes back into the lineup. This time the Cyclones a little more comfortable with that pressure defense. Meyer, inside he goes to Thigpen. Good feed to Hoiberg, and a foul.
What Iowa State really needs to do, and what they have done the last two times, is get back to their set half-court offense. And so 2 times in a row, they went to what we talked about earlier, their quick cutting offense. That's their offense is. They make quick cuts to the basket. There's the cut, nice pass, and Hoiberg does a terrific job for his size around the glass. The last 2 times down, Iowa State did what they had to do, get back to a half-court game, and don't be in such a frenzy against a Florida State team that loves to play up-tempo.
Hoiberg with 5 points in a row.
Only down by 2 touchdowns now.
Seminoles up 14 with it. Cassell. Lorenzo Hands had it dug away by Justice Thigpen. And it's knocked out of bounds by Edwards, so Iowa State keeps it.
Let's see if Iowa State can run a half-court set and get a high percentage shot again. Florida State's called off the press. They're back in straight man. Look for the cut in offense. 1 cutter. Here comes 1. Second cutter. 2-man game.
Bayless. Covered by Cassell.
And you got to run it again. This is what they worked on so hard in practice. You see, it's nice when you do it. That's 3 times in a row. Now, Pat Kennedy has got to be careful of letting Iowa State get that confidence, get right back in this thing.
They've run off 7 in a row.
And so what does he do? He says, Sura, get back in there.
Sura.
That's right.
Cassell doubled. Missteal Hoiberg. Edwards. And the rebound controlled by Florida State. And they've done a good job on the offensive glass. Wells is fouled. He'll shoot 2.
Well, that makes the coach happy. Going to the glass, the offensive boards, not once, not twice, 3 times. I mean, just take a look. Here's a good shot by Douglas Edwards, though you want him inside. Look what happens after that. Right, get their hands on the ball. There's once. Here's Reed up again. No good. Got it again. Here's 2. Look at a nice job by Wells to see improve. And then there's the foul.
I don't know about you, Jim, as we see Bobby Sura back in for Florida State, but every time you say Douglas Edwards, don't you want to follow that with the news?
Oh, you are old, I'll tell you. No. We got to explain that, not everything.
Wells gets another. 6'10", senior from Tampa.
Look at that, another offensive play. They get 3 instead of 2. Thank you.
They do.
I like that play better.
Cassell with his second 3 of the game.
And right back to the pressure. And right back, almost. That's 2.
Foul on Edwards.
Second foul. And I'll tell you the one thing, Jim, that I have noticed with Douglas is he's tired. You know, it's his 3rd.
Yes.
Snuck one in on me there. He's got 3 fouls.
I think he got one sitting on the bench over there.
Now, that's the problem. You see, he hasn't played. He hasn't practiced. His first game, he's tired. Still 10 minutes, 20 seconds to go in this half.
Gobard comes in to replace it. And Bayless, one of the top free throw shooters in the country.
When you've got 2 fouls, you don't do this. Okay? When you are a senior and you're a great player, you have to be also great from the neck up, too, and say, hey, I've got 2. I can't do that because my team needs me. I mean, they're going to get back in this. There's no question in my mind. How's that for a bold statement? And you're down 14 playing that day. But with Edwards on the bench, I really think they got plenty of time. Get back in this, get settled down, play solid. Half-court offense, half-court defense.
Bayless with 5 straight free throws working in this game. Cassell calls a play. He's guarded by Bayless. Sura runs into a crowd and gets hit with an offensive foul. Florida State getting into some foul trouble.
And now Pat Kennedy wants more pressure. He's afraid that the tempo's getting away from him. Because right now, Iowa State would prefer to play a half-court game. So they handle the pressure. Right in the middle.
Iowa State with a hoop could cut it to 11. After a fashion, they control it. Meyer looks at the cutters cut through. Now Thigpen. Bayless for 3. Rimming, no, and the ball on the floor, which way? Reed is hurt. Florida State has it. Andre Reed limping, going back up the floor.
Such a big shot. You're trying to make a comeback. A 3-pointer.
Yeah, he's a good 3-point shooter.
I know. Cuts it to 10.
Had a pretty good look at it. They got Wheat at the scorer's table for Iowa State.
Transfer from Vanderbilt.
Yep. Cassell under pressure of Bayless. That's a tough shot he hit.
Pro move.
10 points for him. Mikalik fires. Can't get his own rebound. Cassell coming back on the push. Nice change of direction, and Sura right there. Bobby Sura with 9. Florida State reestablishing the big lead. They're up 17. Inside of 9 minutes for the first half. Thigpen. And on the rebound, a foul called. It's on Dr. Ewell.
It just isn't going for the guys from Ames, Iowa right now. I mean, their best play. That jump shot that Bayless missed just like 3 possessions ago. So critical. We go to a 10-point game, and now you're looking at 17 like that. You know, and that shot, Thigpen, you're a veteran, you're senior, one of the top scorers in the school's history. He's been short all evening with his jump shot.
Double O, Morgan Wheat has come on for the Cyclones. Wells turning it in, drops for Sura, lost it in a crowd. Let's see if Iowa State can get something in transition. Hoiberg lost the handle going up. And look out the other way. Whoa, Rodney. I tell you, he gets some respect. Huh?
You're going to go into your day. That's the second half material when you go your Dangerfield stuff. Not yet, but
I mean, Rodney.
I know.
The pass inside comes right back to Hoiberg. Cassell is steal.
And guess who's
Here
there?
goes Rodney. Leaves it for Sura. He'll take it. It was a 2 if it would have went. Now Iowa State back the other way. Big Pen against Cassell. 7:40 for the half. Mikulik out of bounds to Iowa State.
Jim, how disappointing this must be for a veteran Iowa State team that wants to contend for a Big 8 championship. For that man, he felt he had a great shot. Kansas is a great team, but he still felt his squad, veteran team, had a chance to do some damage in the Big 8. To come in here on the road. Remember, last year, they won 3 games on the road all year. Florida State won 6 road games in their own conference. And to come here, you want a veteran team to get out of the box and play strongly on the road. Instead, down by 16.
That conference, by the way, the ACC, Florida State wins 6 road games in that conference. Sura.
I won 6 too in a row. It took me
How many years?
9 years.
And the foul called on Reed.
Last year, Pat Kennedy's first game in the ACC. First game was North Carolina at North Carolina, and I went to dinner with him the night before, and then he went and beat Carolina. Everybody said, "Aha!" Valvano told him how to do it. I had to tell the writers.
Julius.
Yulu.
6'11" sophomore. Czechoslovakia. Now Lauren Meyer back in, and Mikulik going out for the Cyclones. 16-point difference right now.
To borrow from my friend, Dickie V. Awesome, baby. And that is what this squad, Florida State. Think about with Graham and Ward. Do you realize the pressure that they would have exerted in this game the entire first half? Charge.
Wells.
Now, don't
Hit with the offensive foul. You're right.
You're up 16. The guy just knocked him down. Come on.
Offensive foul on Myron Wells. That's his first.
Pat Kennedy will get one of the 2 back for sure this year. He'll get Ward back after the football season.
But I don't think that Graham's going to make it back, QB.
In a week, I guess they'll know, right?
That's the first easy shot they had against the press.
Yep. Howard Eaton missing, and again, it's Florida State in control with a 16-point lead. Bayless the steal. Took it away from Cassell. Ooh! And coast to almost coast. Eaton again. Good coverage by Florida State. Ooh, Eaton maybe got away with a walk. Meyer. Wow, gets his own rebound. Big Pen for 3.
This is one you don't want to see the film.
Meyer is rejected. Wheat. Big Pen finally puts an end to it.
The good news is it went in. The bad news is their shooting percentage was 10% on that particular possession. Hey, but they hung in there. It was great on the glass. But that's a lot because the big guys, again, from Florida State, were on the bench. But a great job by the Cyclones.
This is Cassell on the turnaround. Dobard, a little bit out of his range. The ball stays at that end. The Seminoles will come in. 5:20 left in the half. Cassell against Bayless. Iowa State coming out. They got big numbers here. And they lost the advantage.
They had a 4-on-1, Jim. 4-on-1. Here's a good time to set play from the bench. Pat Kenny's calling, set him down, set it up, and let's try and get a hoop out of an offense.
Carroll gives it up to Wells. Bobby Sura driving Thigpen. Wheat to steal. Thigpen on a run out. He's got Cassell to beat to the hoops.
All right, and we go. Here we go. Thigpen throws it up. No good. Meyer gets it again. I think I'll put it up again. Oh, get it blocked. Wheat's got it. Here I come. No good. Oh, Meyer again. He's back. It's volleyball time. And finally, Justice Thigpen, like his old man who played in the old ABA, knocks it home. Great effort. Great effort.
Lauren Meyer got 4 offensive rebounds.
Unfortunately for Lauren Meyer, it also was shooting percentage. He was 0 for 6.
And thus the Cyclones 35% from the field in this first half.
After timeout, watch for a backdoor play. Watch for backdoor. Look for backdoor. Oh, there it was. Set play coming out of the timeout.
Dobard. Rodney has 8.
And here comes the press again. One guy with the ball.
Oh, Eaton lost it. And Cassell finds his teammate Carroll. Sura on the tip.
Can't have Eaton with the ball in the backcourt here. Very unsure of himself. Right there. Eaton, need a guard back there. Not Eaton. There's that spot they get trapped.
Hoiberg. Wheat. And I think Dobard got a piece of it, but it still went in. Morgan Wheat with his first 2. He had 12 in their win over Indiana State the other night. Out of bounds to Iowa State. Lorenzo Hands returns for the Seminoles.
If you're going to come back, Iowa State, this is the lineup against which you're going to come back. You've got, we already mentioned how, ad nauseum, Ward's not here, Graham's not here, but you've got everybody in the starting lineup on the bench.
And another turnover, and Hands going strong to the hoop. First 2 points for Lorenzo. Cyclones down 16. Hoiberg right back to Meyer.
We talked about it before, Jim. Iowa State needs to gather itself and slow down. Take a look at who they're playing against. I mean, right now, Florida State's got all of its big guns inside people on the bench. You get the offense set up. You go yourself to your game plan.
We've got 3:14 left to go in the half, and coming up at halftime, Vanderbilt transfer Bill McCaffrey. And the highlights from the Tulane, Indiana game. The winner of this one gets Indiana in the semifinals. Ball tipped out by Iowa State with 3 minutes left.
The thing that Florida State's doing so well, as you see Mikalik coming back in the lineup, is that with their big guys on the bench, their guards really taking over. Sam Cassell, Bobby Sura, 2 terrific players. Look at that.
That guy's been outstanding. Rodney Dobard with 10. Remember, he only scored 5 in their win against
that
the
spot again. Oh, could have been another steal.
Bayless tipped in by Wheat. Morgan Wheat with 2 baskets coming on offensive rebounds. Cassell guarded by Bayless. Dobard out on the perimeter this time. Sura for 3. Yes, sir.
Big guards take control of the game.
Bobby Sura with his second 3 of the game.
Back up 19 again. No, make that
Bayless
21.
lost the handle. It's Hands with a 3-on-1, and he was fouled by Hoiberg. Hands to the line. Second foul on Fred Hoiberg.
Scotty Shepard coming in. Indiana. His pop is here. Met him yesterday, and his grandfather are here. His dad was Mr. Basketball in the state of Indiana, as he was. Played for Butler, and his grandfather was high school coach in Indiana for, I think 20+ years. What a basketball. And his uncle was Mr. Basketball.
He just stays in the family, doesn't he?
Yes, I'll tell you.
They pass it down.
An heir apparent to when Sam Cassell moves on to the NBA. We'll have somebody play the point. Old Charlie Ward will finish out his hut. He'll be back.
Lorenzo Hands puts Florida State up by 21. 2 minutes left in the half.
Oh, great spot to trap again.
Big Pen slipped.
He's got it.
But now Sura with a punch
great
ahead. And the save inbounds is recaptured by Iowa State.
Short.
Wheat. Sura on the breakout. Saves it for Shepard.
Is there only one Sura out there or what? I mean, he's
24 to 7. Fast break points. Hands loses to Sura. Wells finding Sura.
2.
Big half for Sura. He's got 18.
What a player. What a terrific player.
He had 24 opening night.
And he's doing all this, and he wears 2 earrings, which I find that's amazing. With 1 earring, but with 2 earrings, he get that done.
Bayless. And the tip by Eaton. Howard Eaton has 6.
He's tired. I can't believe it, but Sura's also tired. But Kenny's not taking him out.
Shepard. Oh, look, the defense away. Sura with a foul.
Folks in Wilkes-Barre being proud right now. A lot of tomahawk chops in Wilkes-Barre, PA. Oh, guess who it is?
Tip out, but
Go get it. He didn't dive for that one. What happened there,
He's
Bobby?
getting a great hand, though.
What a job.
He's going to sit it out for the rest of the half with 23.2 left.
Rookie of the year in that league, the Atlantic Coast Conference last year. And here he comes. Miss it. I go dunk it. Bingo. Every place.
The Seminoles up big with 12 seconds.
8 points. Indiana built a 36-point lead. Bobby Knight is concerned, though, as Tulane starts cutting into that lead. Indiana up 94-84 at this point. Pointer Williams, again, his jumper cuts the lead to 8. 94-86. Bobby Knight furious with his Hoosiers, but they do hang on to win it. 102-92, a 10-point win for Bobby Knight. He advances on then. Let's go ahead and take a look at what our Game 3 tonight is. UCLA and UTEP, this one at Pauley Pavilion. The 24th Bruins without McLean and Murray, without a proven scorer for the first time in recent memory. We'll see how that one looks. And speaking of looking, let's take a look at the NIT brackets, and this is how they got where they are. Right now, it is Tulane and Indiana. Well, as we said, the Hoosiers move on, and they will meet the winner of the Iowa State-Florida State game on Wednesday. UTEP and UCLA later on tonight, and then tomorrow, Seton Hall, the Pirates, ranked sixth in the nation, take on Tennessee. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at some more scores then for you. Athletes in action taking on the 20th ranked Michigan State Spartans. 99-75 is the final. Mike Poplawski finishes up with 18 points there. Texas taking on Fort Hood. This one at the half right now at the break, 59-50. Texas up by 9. B.J. Tyler with 18 points right now in that one. Also, the Ukraine Nationals taking on Alabama, 77-74, 2:39 left. A surprise maybe here as Jason Cassie has 21 points. Well, all week long, we've told you about Melissa Burden. She is...
No, Pat Kenny said, I'm not going. I'm not going. Let's play somebody else. I'm tired of playing it.
Oh, no, got to play them. It's on the schedule. Like in the NCAA tournament the last 2 years. Indiana by 22 in 91. And Indiana by 21 in 92. Before the game today, we asked Pat Kennedy, what's the problem?
I don't know. For some reason, we've just hooked horns with them the last 2 seasons, the last game in the NCAA tournament. I got so tired of losing to Coach Knight, I went up and spent a few days with him in Bloomington on the off season so I could learn a little bit more.
You know, Jim, he's not Kim. A lot of people think that was a joke.
What did he learn?
He did go to practice, and Bob Knight, I'm sure, showed him some plays that aren't the ones he's going to run.
We'll find out next week in New York, right? Let's look at the stats here at halftime. Well, obviously, Florida State big on the scoreboard and big everywhere.
And one of the reasons for those 63 percentage points is the shots that they got. I mean, there was so many of them in transition basketball, a lot of times led by Mr. Sura from Wilkes-Barre, who did everything. He did his Mikalik with the J, as often happened in the first half of the Cyclones. Didn't go. Great rebound, Edwards. And here's Cassell, that little magician with the basketball. All right, look at that. Great crossover. Look at the hands. That's what I like. He's John Havlicek. That's who he is. I want to know who he was. He's Havlicek. Sir, great hands with the ball. He can finish. He catches well. Now he does the all one-handed job. I wish I could do that. Hey, he not only scored, though. Jim, he scored many ways. He hit three-point shots, drove to the basket, and played great defense. His terrific hands. And as you see, got 8 boards. Not a bad hand.
Other than that, he didn't do much.
He didn't do anything. He didn't get me anything. He didn't get me a Coke or anything.
Iowa State with a long way to go and a short time to get there. 20 minutes remaining. They're down by 21. Big Pen splits the trap. Eaton. Bayless under pressure.
So much more control, though, right now. They're doing they'll get a better shot.
Mikalik passed up the shot from the outside. They got the punch into Howard Eaton.
That's what we talked about. You got to get settled. Johnny Orr's been on the bench 28 years, and I know that was the whole message of his halftime. Hey, fellas, just settle down and run the stuff that we run. And he has to be concerned. This is a club Iowa State he thought would contend for maybe a Big 8 championship this year, and they got to play well on the road. Great job.
Hoiberg, a steal, took it away from Dobard. Fred Hoiberg with 11.
Hoiberg. 3 times fast.
No way. I'm glad he doesn't have a brother playing in this game.
Hoiberg to Hoiberg. A stop here and a score, and don't be surprised to see Pat Kennedy call timeout and get really upset. He'll try and get a bucket right now.
18:48 remaining. Edwards came up short. Let's see if Iowa State can string 3 together.
Here it is. It's a J.
Oh, Eaton takes up slack and missed it badly. But the outlet was a dying Coyle. Bayless comes back. Dobard the rebound for the Seminoles.
Basically an easy jumper for a veteran player, a senior, and look what happened. Who gets the big bucket? The other way to stop the slide. No timeout. Our man Surrigan, the sophomore.
22 points for him. Big Pen. Well, he had a point-blank shot, too, kick out. Edwards. Lost it in a crowd. Hoiberg digs it out. Look out, Mikalik on Dobard.
Hoiberg doing his Sura imitation right now. He's doing a terrific job.
Julius Mikalik with his first field goal. Florida State lead at 17 and 17:35 remaining. Away from the ball, a foul on Reed. That's his 4th.
Offensive foul on Andre Reed. That is his 4th.
Wow.
And first team foul on Florida State.
Coach Pat Kennedy's bench has been tested, although it's not a close game. They've been tested in terms of minutes played and quality minutes. And Wells has done a terrific job.
Wells back in there for them. Number 33 didn't score in the first half. Against the trap, Mikalik saying, I didn't see this defense in Czechoslovakia.
They
but
keep
Howard
continually pick up their dribble and get double teamed right on the sidelines. And you just can't do it. They got away with it that time, but you can't do it. Again, they're a bucket away from Coach Kennedy saying, let's talk about this, guys.
Byron Wells finds Edwards. Sura with an NBA 3.
Every time you need a bucket. He's got the 5 points.
He's got 3 threes in this one. Big Pen, Eaton, open. I tell you what, Howard Eaton is the most relaxed player out there for Iowa State.
Yeah, at least he's getting them to go down. They've had good shots.
16-point lead for the Seminoles. This is Cassell for 3. The lead is 19. 3 threes for Sam Cassell.
Inside and outside. They got the total package.
Hoiberg. Contact, no foul call. Score the goal. Fans in the Civic Center a little upset upset.
They're throwing things at you, Jim.
No, not at me.
Came awfully close to us here.
Cassell had it chopped away by Thigpen and stolen by Dobar. Cross-court pass deflected by Hoiberg, and Mikulik's got a solo.
He likes that play.
His 2 field goals have come on that play. Well, thanks to the 2 threes, Florida State still in front by 15. Cassell gets the 3 try. He's got 4.
Wow. They do have an answer for things, don't they? They can go inside with Edwards when they're in the little foul trouble, or it's not going inside. They go outside, and then they can rebound and do this. Run and pass. Oh, what a...
Sura missed the shot, but drew the foul.
Yeah, that was a horse move, right? That was the one. You see, right? It came into him. Got the foul. Look at Douglas Edwards running this break. And watch the pass. One hand, bounce pass, and at the end, right, jumps into the guy. Little schoolyard play, gets the foul, but not the 3-point play. Look at that pass. Sura just looking for contact.
Yeah.
He's going
body
after
hunting all the way.
Right.
And now Sura on the free throw line for the first time in the game.
This was his only weakness last year from the free throw line. Did not shoot well from the free throw line.
Well, I tell you what, he's got a 5 for 5 going in the early season right now with that first one. He hasn't missed.
To Miami, can that possibly happen?
Oh, no, but Pat Kennedy's got to feel some pressure trying to score more than his football team, right? Well, he's got 69 up there now.
Hey, every time, though, that Iowa State claws back into it, the response from Florida State's not been just a bucket, but a 3-point bucket.
Really?
And so Iowa State's defense has been lax on the perimeter when they did come back into it a little bit.
Florida State was extending the defense even more that last time, about a 3/4 court trap.
Over the top, you got a jumper. Over, look opposite. Dr. J.
Mikulik passed it up, but he finds Eaton. Eaton in there battling. Hoiberg is swatted away by Dobar. Now Cassell at the controls. Thigpen nearly a steal. Doug Edwards. Inside, the pass knocked away, and Iowa State the steal. The big man running the floor and has the layup. Ulias with 8 points in the game. 14:20 left.
Real mismatch down low. You got Hoiberg having to guard Topard. They're trying, Flowers. Look for them to try and take advantage of that. Here he
Shot
is.
clock at 23. Topard brought it down, the old equalizer.
Did a nice job, though, at least recognizing it, immediately going to it. But as you said, he took the ball from 7-foot height and brought it down to about 3'6".
20 seconds on the shot clock. Well, that's Mikulik.
That's right.
He's got 6 of the 12. Edwards.
Good.
Yep. And he'll go to the line.
Another nice job of recognizing the mismatch. And that's the problem Iowa State's certainly had right from the beginning of the game. When Florida State's got its big guys in there, they're going to have a 6'5" or 6'6" guy have to guard a 6'9" guy. And with good, look at that. There it is. Same situation. You got Douglas Edwards down low. Can't be guarded.
That foul was on Bayless. That's his second.
And it's back to 20. They're fighting so hard. They're working so hard.
Well, that was the thing late in the first half when they had it down to 12, but it took them about 5 minutes to do it. And now it's a 21-point game.
You got to look opposite against this pressure. You can't go to the middle opposite, and you're going to get yourself a bucket.
Hoiberg has it rejected, but it's goaltending on the Dobard block. The big guy was up there. Doug Edwards, Wells, a return feed, and Mikulik the steal.
The doctor leads the break.
Oh.
Behind the back.
On on the return, they punch inside, and Eaton is fouled. He'll shoot 2.
Not to you. Go length of the court.
Morgan Wheat coming back in, and Eagles goes out.
The doctor is operating.
That foul was on Cassell. That's his 3rd.
A lot of foul trouble for the Seminoles. They seem to have a response each time. Someone from the bench plays well, or someone on the floor steps up a notch. Tonight, Dobard's really played when they got the foul trouble with Reed and Edwards. He's played well. You have the ever-present Bobby Sura.
Howard Eaton's 2 free throws makes it a 17-point difference.
Got to take him inside again.
Sura, Edwards. They tried to go inside. Edwards comes back in now. Gets chased out. Cassell for 3. Missed tip Sura.
Right there.
Dobard had it tipped out of bounds. Iowa State knocked it out.
What Florida State's done a really nice job here in out-of-bounds place is get the ball outside and then right back inside, right to the middle of Edwards. Look for him to look right down there. Right here's the gut again.
Now it's Wells stepping up, and he'll get hit with the offensive foul. Hoiberg took the charge. Byron Wells with his 2nd. Well, Jimmy V, here we go again. Iowa State with a chance to get it down to 15 or maybe 14.
And Pat Kennedy's going to probably go back. It looks like he's going back straight man-to-man. Get away from that trap and maybe not, make sure they give up the 3-point shot, although Iowa State just has been really awful from outside.
Inside is Bayless, rejected by Edwards. Sura lost it to Hoiberg, who in turn lost it to Sura. Nice no-look pass into Edwards, who was fouled by Eaton.
Surprised that Sura, he did something wrong. When you make a steal and you're ahead of the pack, where are all those players? I would just say to my players and say, where do you think they are? They are behind you, right? And they're coming. And that's a mistake that he should not make. And Hoiberg did a great job of running the ball down. And unfortunately, everything's gone for Florida State tonight. Every bounce has really gone that way. They deserve it. They've made most of their own breaks, but by the same token, they've been also fortunate at times. But whenever you're at the front of a break, you got to know where they're coming from, and they're going to go for that steal. I hate to see it. One of my pet peeves is I hate that. If I see it, you come and get a seat right next to me so we can discuss it.
But instead, I'm sitting here.
That's right. I'm telling you. You're going to have to put up.
Wheat.
They
get Hoiberg open. Oh, nice, he gets the bounce.
First time they've got it. That was a good job against the press. The middle of the floor and then opposite. You're gonna get a job.
Inside move.
Oh,
Dobard left it short, but Cassell was there.
He just wiped the guy out underneath. Got away with that one.
Again, an 18-point difference.
Much
Hoiberg
job against the press. They didn't convert.
Seminoles on the run. Edwards comes up with a loose ball, and Dobard missed on the short one. But there's Cassell again. Dobard on the tip. And it's Cassell.
Relentless. Hey, Jim, what are you going to say? They got a nice ball club. I mean, Florida State's got a nice basketball team.
They really do. This is Mikulik on the miss. Wells had a hand on it. Mikulik shot rejected by Dobard. Mikulik coming right back in the traffic.
Hook shot.
Julius not to be denied. He's in double figures with 10. 11-10 remaining. Edwards turns it in. That's too easy.
This game against Indiana and the guard's going to be a war. I mean, Florida State has the talent to beat Indiana this year. Even as good as they are, it's going to be one heck of a game.
Seminoles looking really sharp here tonight. Eaton now falling with his shot way short.
Here they come.
It's Cassell on the push. Sura (82-59) Florida State. Fred Hoiberg suffered a cut on his arm, and that's why the whistle blew, giving us the dead ball and hence the timeout.
New rule.
New rule, college basketball. You leave
go
the game.
to it.
You have an open wound. NBA, you've got 20 seconds to repair the wound, stop the bleeding. If you can't get it done in that amount of time, the player leaves. 82-59 Florida State. Cyclones have been faced with this major deficit all night long. And it's been the relentless pressure defense of the Seminoles that's given Iowa State all their problems. Ron Bayless around a Meyer screen has the shot blocked from behind by Cassell. Iowa State keeps it.
Well, let's talk about now your coach, Johnny Orr, Iowa State. What do you got to get done in the last 10 minutes? And really what you're playing for now is you're playing for the rest of your season. You really came in here and taken a major beating where you wanted to, not necessarily, you want to win, but if you don't, you want to play well on the road to assert the fact that this year's not going to be last year, where we only won 3 games. So you've got a job right now to make sure your troops leave here at least a sense that we can go to Kansas and play. We can go to Nebraska and play. We can go to Oklahoma and play. They didn't do it last year. And coming here tonight and having this happen, you got to have 10 minutes of solid basketball.
Well, they were able to convert that trip to make it a 21-point difference.
I would have a timeout and keep scoring the bench. Tell the kids we're going to play for now at 0-0. We've got to win the next 9.5 minutes.
Going to the hoop is Edwards. Edwards with 16.
Have a few NBA types on this Florida State.
Yes.
Sam Cassell and Douglas Edwards and
Bobby Sura.
Bobby John Havlicek Sura.
Bayless getting pressured. Now it's Thick Pen giving it up to Bayless. That's what it's down to for Iowa State.
Hondo. That's Sura's nickname.
Yes, sir.
He's Hondo.
Look out.
Seen that one in the first half.
Hey, Rodney.
Florida State says, hey, I want to win the ACC this year. We don't want to come in second. Watch out, Blue Devils. Going to be some big games with the Dukies this year.
Bayless gets fouled. The foul is on Shepard.
And by that time, they should have the entire squad. At least if you have Name Ward back, those games are going to be something. Because Duke, people think that the big, look at, there's that nice feed again, and there's Rodney. I get a lot of respect now. Dobart.
I tell you, it's easy being here tonight, right?
I knew I was gonna get some. That's inside 5-minute material is when you start doing your impressions.
Well, it's a 25-point game. And now a 24-point contest.
If you take a look at the national scene, and I like Michigan myself. Pick them #1. I like Kansas #2. I like the Dukies #3. Indiana 4.
Where do you put Florida State?
Florida State right now, I had them about 8th in the country. Look a little better than that right now. The UCLA Bruins with Richard Petruska at center and Ed O'Bannon, if he comes back from that injury. They lost, all their M's last year. Murray, McLean, Madkins, Martin. They lost M to the 4th. And now they got to go a different, a lot of people think they're not going to be able to. They're playing pretty well.
You'll have them tonight at midnight against UTEP.
Oh, and you don't like to play the Miners. The Bear's got his voice back. Lost to the cup. Oh, let's get another dunk.
Edwards.
About 12 dunks tonight.
They like it in the Civic Center here in Tallahassee.
Whoa!
Not only are the Seminoles up big, but they're up big and winning in style. Bayless trying to get through, and they close the door on him again.
Here they come.
It's Wells. Sura is blocked, and it's out of bounds. It belongs to Florida State.
Florida State at Carolina, Florida State at Duke on ESPN later this year. Gonna be some great games.
And Kennedy's club, 6
you
wins on
coach
the
your
road in the
brains
league
out.
last year.
When you're up 25, you get up, you get a lot of airtime. Coaching, you don't sit down.
He learned that
Johnny
from
Orr,
you.
sitting down, trying to hide, trying to blend in over there.
I always thought you tried to get thrown out. When you get blown out like that.
If you can.
The Seminoles turn it over.
Go recruiting if you can.
Carrying the ball that is Florida State.
8:05 for the contest. I use that term loosely. Mikulik. First time tonight we've seen Julius Mikulik do his outside thing.
Got him. Florida State came out to afraid of that outside shot, and he was able to go to his right and get by a guy.
Shepard off dribble penetration. There's Dobart again. In terms of trying to outscore the Seminole football team.
Well, Coach Bowden stole our fast break offense, and now that he's using it on the football field, they're getting incredible numbers on the board in our football games. And so I guess it puts a little more pressure on us now. It's not like we haven't been known as a slow down team. We tend to push it up and down quite a bit, but I guess we got to put more points on the board now than ever.
They got 90 up there now with 7:31 left.
They're responding nicely, I believe, to the challenge. And as you see, they got 54 points in the paint, as we said at the top. Oh, so many points ago, that what they were going to do is go inside. They've done it well, but they also able to hit when they have to. 3-point shot from downtown.
Inbounds loose, but Hoiberg saves for the Cyclones. Iowa State still out there on the perimeter. Every time they take the ball to the hoop, they get turned away.
Well, they're going to have a good year. There's no question. Johnny Orr is going to bring them back from this. Last year, Florida State got pounded by Syracuse early in the ACC Big East Challenge and came back on a wonderful year. But the weakness that they have, obviously, is what you just mentioned. They can't go inside. They can't go inside. You can only go so far with a perimeter game. But they'll have a good year.
Wells cross court to Sura, and guess what? 32 for Bobby Sura.
He hit 33? Is that 2 or 3-point?
This is 3.
That was a 3.
He had 29, right?
Oh, did he?
Yeah. Coming to the hoop is Thigpen, and he's fouled by Reed. I've got 5 on Reed.
Hasn't really been a factor. Hasn't needed to be a factor, Reed. This go up. Here, look at him. There we get the nice cross-court pass. Nice look. Right, look at this. Guy in his face. Hondo knocks in a 3. Look at him. Oh, you gotta love him.
So Reed goes out.
And Maurice Robinson, he of the pants that could use cuffs on him. I mean, you're looking about the long shorts. Got some. These are not briefs, babe. You could cuff them. Runs about 235, 240 from
At 6'6".
From
Little Rock.
President-elect State.
That's right. This is Fred Brown missing. His namesake didn't miss very many.
Not too often.
Freddie Downtown Brown.
Freddie Brown.
I saw Freddie Brown take the hat trick one night in Chicago Stadium, though. In the days when it was 3 to make 2. 0-4-3. Shepard running the show for the Seminoles. Robinson. This is Wells. It was Sura keeping it alive for Edwards.
Wow.
Meyer the rebound. Mikulik.
The doctor's home again. Nice pass.
Thigpen has to track it down. Hoiberg on the reverse. And Wells with a throw ahead to Sura. Showtime.
I shouldn't have taken that one. That wasn't fair.
I never saw Hondo do that. That's Brown getting the basket. Fred Brown with his first hoop. Thigpen picks it up.
How good? That's the question. How good is this Florida State team? They Final Four material?
Well, I think you get a real good idea against Indiana in their next game.
I think they are. I think they're a notch above what they were last year. The balance that they show me inside and outside, you know, is something that I don't think they had quite as much of last. They're just better. They got everybody back, and everybody's better. I mean, they are, and, you know, if they don't have to run into Indiana in the maybe the Elite Eight, they keep playing them. They get in the second round in the Sweet 16. This year, it's time to play them 8. And
Mikalik on the release. Tell you what, he had some court awareness. I didn't know if he knew where the basket was. Did you?
No, he's been down there 4 times on that play.
This is Sura being hounded by Hoiberg.
Oh, what a crossover dribble and a pass. Oh, that's a big time. That is just a big time play. In that short little space there. You look at a 6'9" guy, posted up, got position, caught the ball, did a crossover dribble. Watch this. Now, Sura gives him, he's going to post up.
He did everything for Robinson to put it in the basket for him.
Crossover dribble, draws, dishes, gives the two. I mean, that's a big time. That's absolutely a big time play. You don't drill that either. That's not one of those.
Robinson's three-point play puts Florida State within 3 of the 100 mark.
Here they come.
It's a foul in the backcourt. Whistled against Bayless.
Foul is number 4 on Bayless. That is his third and 7th team foul on Iowa State.
Well, it's kind of like more of the same, isn't it, there, Jim?
It was a 21-point difference at the half and only a 7-point difference in the second half.
So I took a look. I was looking at percentages. Yeah, they've done the second half what they needed to do in terms of at least being able to keep the score a little bit. Where you can go home and say, hey, we played a good second half.
That's the whole key to whether or not you have a good club or not, how well you play on the road.
Yeah.
You know, them that play with poise, and they're good teams.
And how you come back from defeat.
Yeah. Shepard's 2 free throws makes it 100-70.
Well, I got to get my ticket stub. 100's got to give you burgers and fries somewhere. I mean, in almost every town. Somebody's giving away a pizza.
The up-court pass through the hands of Robinson and out of bounds.
Checking back in for Seminoles number 10, Sam Cassell.
Sam Cassell coming back in, and Bobby Sura getting a standing O in the Civic Center.
I'd stand up myself. I didn't have this mic. What a spectacular ball game that young man played.
4:35 for the game. Retry by Meyer. Hoiberg. Edwards clears it.
He's a tough kid, Hoiberg. I mean, he gives you every ounce of energy he has.
Cassell for 3.
Cassell is not of the school that says you got to go up and down a few times before you take a J. You come off the bench, take a few passes, a couple of touches, they normally say.
It was Edwards cleaning up on that play. 102-70.
This is stat time.
Yes, sir.
Take it. Stat time.
Bayless.
Bingo.
Bayless has his 3. Ron Bayless with his first 3 of the game. Only 2 3-point field goals for Iowa State tonight. Edwards whistled for a walk.
Yeah, you never get the call. You're up 30 lead. They call track. Wall-to-wall basketball. I love it.
So what are you going to do for the weekend?
Oh, I'm glad you asked that. My wife and I have been wanting to get away for a weekend, and we're looking for someplace. And, you know, Dick Vitale stepped forward and invited us to his Ponderosa. He's got a new home, and he's only charging me $59.95.
Oh, he gave you the team rate.
And I get breakfast. And we get breakfast and free elevator rides. So, Dickie V, I'm coming tomorrow, and get ready for us. He's just such a great guy.
This was a first for me tonight working with you. I thought you guys came as a package.
At the hip. We're at the mouth. I don't know what you'd call it.
I didn't know you came solo.
Let me tell you, Mr. Vitale calls me 3-4 times a week and lifts my spirits. And for that, I'm thankful not only him, but a lot of people have done that. And I appreciate it. From everybody. That's great. But I just wish you'd give me $29.95. You know? Ooh, nice move.
Oh, Florida State trying to add to their already substantial lead, and Shepard draws the foul. 2:56 left. Jonathan Kerner coming in for Florida State. 6'11" freshman.
Big kid.
Yeah. Don't forget, after this game, Sports Center. Then at midnight tonight, UCLA and UTEP.
UTEP's Giant Killers each year. Last year, game against Kansas, the Jayhawks.
Shepard rattles out that second one. It's still a 29-point lead for Florida State. Freddie Brown missing from downtown. Seminoles back on the push. Going to the hoop, Cassell, and he is hit with an offensive foul.
Might want to take him out. Might want to take out some of the stars. Somebody going to get hurt right now. You can tell. Yep, Patrick's thinking same lines.
He's got Hands coming back, number 11, Lorenzo Hands. .228 left. Florida State will meet Indiana in the semifinals in Madison Square Garden next Wednesday on ESPN. And Pat Kennedy would like to think the third time will be a charm. Hands.
You know, if Indiana does lose, they tend to lose early. You always notice it's almost as if Bob Knight, not that he doesn't mind, but it's like he gets their attention.
Yeah.
You know, and they have lost early and then gone, you know, don't lose again for a long time. And so that possibility, an awful lot of incentive for Florida State that ball game.
Up and down here for Iowa State. They've got a chance to string a couple of hoops together. The three try is missed by Bivens. And the ball is out of bounds to Florida State. Mark Carlson, number 50, coming in for the Cyclones. Ron Bayless goes out.
Tough night for a senior backcourt. They'll be back. They'll be back. They'll have a good. They'll get their 20 wins. They'll be an NCAA team.
One thing about it, when you get blown out early in the season, you got plenty of time to recover.
No,
right?
just like getting blown out early in the game. Same thing.
It was Carroll on the miss. Ron Brown at the controls.
And let me tell you another thing about coaching. You get your team's attention, and they listen to you a heck of a lot more when they lose by 4 touchdowns.
About a minute remaining in this one. Beecham for 3. Pearl Beecham hitting the 3.
Pearl? His name is Pearl.
Pearl Beecham.
That's a name out of Wayne's World.
Should be a pitcher, right?
That'll work.
Off the drive, Shepard, and a foul call. 50 seconds left. Now that it's time to play the Polaroid player of the game. I think I've got a real good idea of who it might be.
What a shot. 34 points, 10 reads, loose balls, assists. They don't have enough room on that picture for Hondo tonight. My man had a spectacular game.
That guy is a winner.
And don't let it go to your head now, Bobby, sir. You work just as hard now tomorrow. Don't be playing his tape back in your room all the time.
That's Beecham with his second 3. Where has he been tonight? 104-83. On the pass inside, an offensive foul call.
I love that. You love how those, the end of the game. When you're coaching, trying to say, where were those calls in the first 7 minutes? All of a sudden, I got 9 calls in a row I got here.
But he wasn't in the game in the first 10 minutes. Robinson just got in.
Oh.
Free throw shooting, 1 and 1.
going to say, it was an unusual way to bring the ball up court. Freddie was, and there were no calls. Going to get called for crossing the blue line or icing or something was going to happen.
Yeah.
Knock him in.
Carlson. Nope. Robinson the rebound.
Strong rebound.
Yeah. And hands on the finish. Lorenzo with 6. Florida State with 106 up there. How about Earl Beecham, 3 threes?
Before we get out, Jimmy, I just want to thank you for helping me in my first effort back, pal.
You made it easy for us.
Thank you.
I know this. A lot of people around the country very happy to see you behind the microphone tonight. College basketball fans?
Nobody happier than I am. Hey, there we go. I like to get a little tomahawk chop out in the crowd.
We need to mention this before the game tonight. The Florida State band serenaded you.
Yeah. It was. I'm coming back here for. We got a ESPN Massachusetts. The John Calipari squad. Had such a great year last year. Will be coming into this difficult place.
They better bring their press breaker with them. Right?
They're good. They're good best. They played Iowa State last year and beat them by quite a few.
Hands the steal. And this is the last shot of the game. It rims in. And it's a 109 to 86 final. Florida State meets Indiana. For Jim Valvano, my thanks to him. This is Jim Durham from Tallahassee. Florida State wins at 109-86. And now it's time.